How do people who weigh 400 plus pounds fit in economy class or even car seats, normal chairs, etc.? We don't. Every restaurant we go to, we look online to make sure there are table and chairs, as we've been unable to fit into a booth and have been embarrassed one times too many. That company boat trip. There's no way I can go. The bathroom on the boat won't be big enough if my stomach starts acting up. At an outdoor event, best hope you're okay bringing your own heavy-duty lawn chair, as there is no way what everyone else is sitting on is going to support you. Move my boss's teeny smart car around back. Somehow no problem. Yet ask to move the Ford van. Suddenly the wheel that won't move is digging into my gut. And here's another fun fact. We can't even use most normal ambulances, as it's too difficult to lift that kind of weight without a specialized winch or lift stretcher. There isn't a day where your size isn't an inconvenience. Down almost 80 pounds and much more to go. I was seated next to a 400,500 pounds man on a flight from Salt Lake City to Seattle. The flight was full and there were no other seats available. He took up his seat and over half of mine. I started by trying to only use the 3,040% of my seat that was available to me. But after 10 minutes I could see that it would be impossible and I was going to get back spasms. I ended up putting my shoulder under his side so I could sit more comfortably. It was hot and squishy. I couldn't use my left arm at all because it was under him. I couldn't use my own tray table because he was too large. I just held my drink. Forget about using the restroom. He was really nice. We had a few small conversations and he clearly felt terrible about the situation. That made a difference for me. If he'd been a jerk or a creep, it would have been a nightmare. They don't fit. I have an uncle that can fit on only one specific seat on Spirit Airlines. You don't. A coworker was in the 600 range. After buying the largest truck available on the US market, it was a solid 510 minutes for the man to arrange himself in a way that allowed him to leave. I had to take my dad's cousin somewhere in my Honda Civic once. He's over 6 feet 5 inches and over 500 pounds. He sat in the back seat with the passenger seat pulled forward and his head hanging out the window. Simply put, they don't. My late best friend had the usual restaurant dilemma. The booths, which would hold his weight, were too close to the table so his girth wouldn't fit. But the chairs in the restaurant weren't sturdy enough to take his full weight. We had to pass on several good restaurants due to this issue. And yes, the weight killed him. Miss him like crazy. Have you ever seen a person that big on a flight? Me either. I'm 375 and I fit but not well. Mostly because of my broad shoulders. But to answer your question, I fly first class only. I have zero issues in first class. I will say someone pointed it out, but you have to double check everything before you do it. There have been plenty of times, for example, I haven't booked an Airbnb because the bathroom would not accommodate my size. I have had to pass over restaurants because of seating as well. I don't drive so I can't speak to that one. I weigh significantly less than 400 pounds and there is no way people 400 pounds plus are flying without some serious workarounds. I'm approaching the limit for airplane seats because I carry my weight around my hips. I always try to get a weird seat, like an exit row or a random row with less than the normal number of seats, and sit by the window so I'm annoying the fewest number of people possible. I also bring my own seatbelt extender just in case. I've only ever needed it on smaller planes. I assume over 300 pounds or so. Depending on how your weight is distributed, you just stop flying. Only fly on certain airlines, planes that you know have movable armrests. Or pay for first class. They need specialized stuff. IK someone that got like a biggest car they can get but still would struggle to get in. Get on the seat on a comfortable way and leave. They drive everywhere, even if it takes 23 days. I can't sit in chairs with arms. They fly southwest-west now. If you're tall enough the weight gets spread out more. At 6 feet 10 inches my problem is more where do I put my shins that it is the seat belt. Which fits just fine. Armrests suck though because my elbows are too high to touch them. I'm down to 300 from 400 a year ago. 0 it's a good feeling. They don't. I sat next to someone 400 pounds last time I was on a plane. I was not comfortable. I have no idea how he managed to. I'm a big dude. Very broad shoulders. I always feel bad on a plane and my shoulders are halfway into another's seat.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.